Hello everyone. Minsan kailangan natin matutunan kung ano ang kumpletong requirements natin sa DNR-EMB para sa ating mga hinahandle na project, para sa ating mga ino-operate na establishment. So merong mga requirements na permits or certifications sa DNR-EMB. Base na rin po sa requirement ng Presidential Decree number 1586 for the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System and other applicable laws, rules, and regulations. So ngayon, pag-usapan natin kung ano yung mga kailangang permits or certification ng ating project or establishment. So dito po, meron tayong anim na pwedeng tingnan kung alin dito ang relevant sa atin. One is the Environmental Compliance Certificate, 1.1. 1.2, Certificate of Non-Coverage. 1.3, Permit to Operate of Air Pollution Source Installation. 1.4, the Wastewater Discharge Permit. And 1.5, Hazardous Waste Generator Registration Certificate, which contains the DNR ID number. We have also the PCO or Pollution Control Officer Certificate of Accreditation. So lahat po ng mga establishment, lahat ng project ay masasubject sa mga requirement na ito. Kailangan maka-secure ng mga relevant permits, clearance, and certificates sa DNR Environmental Management Bureau. Now, doon sa mga project like mining or power plant, mga tinatawag natin yan na critical project, considered po yan na Category A project at nire-require po yan ng Environmental Compliance Certificate. Ganon din po yung mga project na sinasabing non-environmentally critical project pero pwedeng they are located in a critical area. So matatawag silang Category B project and therefore they are required to secure an environmental compliance certificate. So bilang mga owner or proponent ng project o kung tayo yung tinatawag na pollution control officer, we need to identify the category of the project in order for us to determine the appropriate compliance requirements. So gaya nito, pagka category A, category B, matatawag silang environmental compliance certificate. Or I mean, yun ang kailangan nila na requirement. Sa category B, gaya ng mga hospital, sa mga piggery, more than 100 heads. Sa mga poultry, more than 10,000 heads. Sa mga school na more than 10,000 square meter ang total or gross floor area. Sa mga restaurant, kapag more than 10,000 square meter, matatawag natin silang mga non-environmentally critical project pero possibly they are located in a critical area sa ating bansa and based on the threshold values as is exemplified in EMB Memorandum Circular 2014-005, ni-require sila ng Environmental Compliance Certificate dahil Category B project. In the case of sa mga resort, private man yan or government, we if we occupy more than 1,000 square meter lot area, magiging Category B type of project, then we shall secure an environmental compliance certificate. Meron namang mga project na very unlikely to cause negative impact. Some of the projects are helpful to the environment. There are direct mitigation project. Halimbawa, yung ating mga slope protection project, yung ating mga mangrove project, yung ating mga recycling industry, landfill. Pagka tinitingnan, kung titingnan ito ng DNR-EMB, kung pasok siya sa Category C, base sa kanilang evaluation and based on the submitted project description ng proponent, kung Category C yung project, pwedeng i-require lamang sila ng Certificate of Non-Coverage. At yung mga category D, which are very small, very unlikely to cause impact. O halimbawa, may nagtayo ng isang maliit na clinic dyan, isang maliit dyan na restaurant, maliit na diagnostic laboratory. They can secure Certificate of Non-Coverage instead of Environmental Compliance Certificate. So, dapat ang owner ng project o ang PCO um, ma-identify niya kung anong category yung kanyang project. Based on EMB Memorandum Circular 2014-005, malaman kung anong category para malaman din kung ang isi-secure ba ay Environmental Compliance Certificate or Certificate of Non-Coverage. So, iba naman sa iba namang mga project and or establishment after na makapag-secure ng Environmental Compliance Certificate at Certificate of Non-Coverage, kailangang mag-secure pa din ng iba pang mga relevant permits. So, halimbawa, meron tayong mga project or establishment na may mga air pollution source installation, gaya ng genset, more than 16 kilowatts or 16 kilowatts and above in capacity, kailangan ng permit to operate ito. Yung may mga boiler, yung may mga fuel storage tank, equal or more than 1,000 liter capacity. Yan, kailangan ng mga permit to operate ito from EMB Regional Office. Ganon din yung mga project or establishment na mayroong mga discharge of wastewater, yung water carrying waste or water containing regulated water pollutants, lalong-lalo galing sa ating mga septic tank, oil ingress interceptor, oil ingress separator, o sa ating mga wastewater treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, kung may mga discharges tayo, regardless of volume, for us to have a legal authorization to discharge this wastewater within the prescribed limit, kailangan ng DNR wastewater discharge permit. Unless nasa jurisdiction ng Laguna Lake Development Authority, doon tayo kukuha ng discharge permit, yung LLDA discharge permit. Kung hindi sa kanilang jurisdiction, sa DNR tayo mag-a-apply, kukuha ng discharge permit. At syempre, dito sa ating bansa, halos lahat naman ng mga establishment or project, lagi may mga nag-generate na hazardous waste. So kapag may mga nag-generate tayong hazardous waste, gaya ng mga containers previously containing toxic materials, o yung mga halimbawa sa mga restaurant, yung ating mga cooking oil, used cooking oil, yung mga iba't ibang establishment na may generator set na kapag-generate ng used engine oil. Sa mga hospital, yung ating mga infectious waste, pathological waste. Marami tayong mga pwedeng ma-generate, lalong-lalo yung ating mga electrical, electronic waste, gaya ng mga damaged electrical, electronic components. Laptop na lang na nasira o computer o yung mga electrical wirings, mga ink cartridges. May mga implication ito sa atin pag hindi tayo nag-register as waste generator. Pag hindi natin na-rehistro yan sa DNR EMB, kung wala tayong hazardous waste generator registration certificate, pwede tayo dyan magkaroon ng penalty. Again, if you have impact to the environment, syempre, ang evidence natin dyan, meron tayong activities, halimbawa, flushing of toilet. So mamaya niyan, kung hindi properly treated yan, mapupunta sa environment, makukontaminate na yung mga water bodies. Kung yung mga ino-operate tayo na generator set, tapos may usok yon, so we have emissions, may impact yan sa ating atmosphere, especially sa air quality. So if we do have impact to the environment, we are emitting regulated air pollutants, discharging wastewater containing regulated water pollutants, lalong-lalo kung may mga heavy metals pa. And then we are generating waste that requires special handling. dapat merong person in charge in monitoring these activities. Yung impact, yung emission, yung discharge, yung generation, yung mga activities na yan dapat minomonitor ng isang tinatawag na pollution control officer. At nearly every private firm, government institution, GOCC, and other public establishments whose products and services can be source of pollution. Kailangan merong nagmo-monitor nito, tinatawag na pollution control officer. And based on applicable department order, particularly Department Order 2014-02, kailangan accredited ang pollution control officer na ito. So ito po yung mga permits or certification na pwedeng secure ng mga owner, operator, o pollution control officer ng mga project or establishment in compliance with environmental laws. Ano nga po ito? Environmental Compliance Certificate or Certificate of Non-Coverage, Permit to Operate of Air Pollution Source Installation, Wastewater Discharge Permit, Hazardous Waste Generator, Registration Certificate, and Pollution Control Officer Certificate of Accreditation. You can read EMB Memorandum Circular 2014-005, especially Annex A, para ma-determine mo kung ang project mo ba ay anong category, category A, B, or D, and i-require ka ba ng ECC or CNC only. You can also read DOW 2000-81, the implementing rules and regulations of RA 8749, DOW 2005-10, or the implementing rules and regulations of Clean Water Act, RA 9275, and DOW 2013-22, the revised procedures and standards for the management of hazardous waste, which include yung um, kaya anong gagawin kapag ikaw ay waste generator? Ano ang gagawin mo kapag ikaw ay waste transporter? Or ikaw po yung TSD, Treatment, Storage, Disposal Facility. Nandyan na yan nakasulat. At panghuli, yung DOW 2014-02 or the Revised Guidelines for PCO Accreditation. I hope may natutunan po kayo at kung meron kayong mga katanungan, pwede nyo po yung i-comment dyan. And kung gusto nyo pang malaman iba pang mga legal and statutory requirements from DNR EMB and based sa mga applicable references na ating tinitingnan, gusto nyong magtanong, maklarify, you can ask at may matutunan pa kayong iba, you can subscribe to this channel, you can follow, you can share this video para marami pang makaalam ng mga information na ito. Maraming maraming salamat everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for time. And I hope may natutunan po kayo. Magamit nyo ang mga knowledge na yan para sa ating contribution to protect our environment. Again, please subscribe to this channel. Please follow. Please share this video. Maraming maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat. God bless us all.